Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Monday. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. First off, I have to apologize to you guys for not getting a reading the comments video out yesterday. Normally we read the comments, but yesterday I was holding a triathlon event for my work. Darren was flying back in from LA, so we didn't have time to get one out. But we'll get to some of the comments today. And some of the things we're going to be talking about in this video include Shazam 3 and the possible appearance of Black Adam. We're going to be talking about the whole Birds of Prey situation and Warner Brothers possibly being unhappy with the cut of the movie. And we're also going to be talking about the Snyder Cut at Comic-Con and what's going on over there, and end with a thing for you Avengers Endgame fans. We'll talk a little about what's going on with something that you might be interested in that might be coming to a town near you. So first off, let's go ahead and talk about Black Adam. So you can see this article here. It says Black Adam producer gives a much needed update on the Dwayne Johnson movie. So first off, the producer says, and this is from the producer Hiram Garcia, who's collaborated with Dwayne Johnson on all of his projects. He says Jamais, in regards to Jamais Colette Serra, I believe his name is, who's attached to direct Black Adam or is in talks right now. Jamais is a real talent. He's one of my favorite directors I've ever worked with. Not only is he talented, he's an unbelievable collaborator. He's an amazing visionary, and what we have in store with Black Adam and for the fans, I am so excited inside. Inside, I take pride as being a fanboy. Started as a fanboy before I became a producer, so I hold on to that DNA. His vision for what we want to do with Black Adam is fantastic. So the deal's almost closed. He's ready to go. I think fans are going to be really happy. Apologize if I read some of that wrong. I'm not wearing my glasses here, but yeah, what you get here is anything and everything you would think a producer would say about a potential director, you know. So again, Jamais Colette Serra I think he's just finishing up filming Disney's Jungle Cruise, and not something I really anticipate watching. But with him being and having a great relationship with The Rock, of course, is going to be important. I get the sense that The Rock pulls a lot of the strings, especially because of how big of a star he is. But again, if this is a director he feels comfortable with, I'm really hoping they really do have a visionary, a great story behind this whole thing, because without a great story and storyteller, you know, there's nothing for us to really grab and latch onto besides The Rock's star power here. And if you guys watched my video in the past, you know, while I think The Rock has gotten better in movies, I still don't think he's the strongest actor, though I love the guy, and I'm super hyped to see him as Black Adam. So let me know what you guys think about Jamais Colette Serra as the director and what this producer has to say. But staying on the topic of this whole Black Adam and Shazam topic, it looks like, according to Zachary Levi, Shazam and Black Adam won't meet until Shazam 3. And that is, you know, that is something that's kind of a little bit of a disappointment for myself, at least, because, you know, we got the tease in Shazam 1 that there is someone before Billy who had the powers of Shazam, and you get the silhouette of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's in the movie, and you get disappointed at the end credit scene, even though it was a cool end credit scene with Mr. Mind. You don't get to see any more Black Adam, and that's something that I was really looking forward to at the end of that movie. But with Zachary Levi's comments, oh yeah, let me read you the comments from Zachary Levi. He says, I can't say that as far as I know, Black Adam is not going to be in the second Shazam, because the idea is that they want to go and do a standalone Black Adam movie first, and then it would kind of be, if we do a third Shazam and a second Black Adam kind of parallel like that, that's where we would meet, because he's like the ultimate bad guy for Captain Marvel's Shazam. Like Shazam and Black Adam, they're doppelgangers, right? The evil twin to who I am. So that's got to be like the final battle. If we do that in the second movie, then where would we go after that? It would just be a movie of us sitting around playing video games for the third one. That would be very boring, or not. Laughs. I'm a very interesting video game player, so yeah, that's the idea. We'll definitely cross over. The plan is to get there, but just to be in place, however it needs to pace out. Okay, sorry, still can't see right here. But yeah, so he says that and I get it, the build-up. You want the build-up to this ultimate clash of these titans, Black Adam, Shazam, and ideally that sounds awesome, but it just feels like this should have happened a long time ago. Look at the actors involved, like the kids, part of the charm of the first Shazam movie, at least to me, is the whole family dynamic, and the whole theme of family was great, obviously, but you're starting to see the kids behind the scenes really grow up, and I think Asher Angel's like almost as taller than Zachary Levi at this point. Second Shazam, there should start to film next year. Really excited for that, especially if I'm blanking on David F. Sandberg, if he comes back to direct, because again, if you understand the character of Shazam, you know that what came out in the movies was absolutely perfect for the character, and I thought he treated the character with great respect and really brought the character to life from the comics in that movie. And I'm really excited to see more from this universe, but obviously Black Adam is the villain. He's the main guy that you want to see. I do think that there's a story there to incorporate him into the second movie, but again, if Zach's saying this, he's kind of prepping the fans not to expect any Black Adam from that. Maybe hints towards Black Adam again, and if you saw deleted scenes from Shazam, you saw that they did hint at it, but David F. Sandberg did choose to delete that scene at the end of the movie where they sit on the thrones, and basically there's one empty throne, pretty much letting you know that that's for Black Adam. So again, I think there's room for it, but whether or not it's going to happen, we'll just have to wait and see. Again, not holding my breath at for any of this stuff to happen until we start to get some promotion for it. So hopefully we get some more news on Shazam soon, and also the Black Adam movie, and we'll be sure to report on it. Okay, let's move on to the next topic, and that has to do with this controversial Birds of Prey movie. And in my last video, I got a lot of the whole comment section was completely divided. There was people open to the idea, not necessarily loving the idea, just being open to it, and that's kind of where I fell. And the other half fell onto the side of, man, this is pandering. Why are they changing a character in Black Mask and making him a flamboyantly gay man? And then I made the argument that, hey, it might have been blown out of proportion. The way Grace Randolph reported the whole situation could have been blown or presented in a way that's really not representative of what's going to happen in the film. Regardless, a lot of divided people. We'll get to some of the comments later in this video, but it looks like Birds of Prey test screenings may have already have audiences and WB execs divided. So here we can see a tweet from Stephen Colbert, who is, I think he runs Screen Rant, and his tweet says, so the audience test screening for Birds of Prey had people raving about it, and the internal WB test screening seemingly had the opposite effect. So basically, all I needed to be reassured. Hopefully Robbie can keep their hands off of it. Okay, so you can kind of see where Stephen Colbert lands on the whole situation, and then this is kind of playing into the whole narrative that's been put out there so far. So again, just to recap, Daniel RPK went onto Twitter and let us know that there were some early test screenings of Birds of Prey, and he said that Black Mask is possibly one of the best DC villains so far, and one of the best comic book villains out there so far, played by Ewan McGregor. And then, he just talked about the standouts of the movie, how it was a great villain, and other standout was Black Canary. So we got that. Fans got excited. We were like, okay, this is what I'm talking about, a villain that can compete with some of the best out there, and it's kind of a new villain that mainstream audiences are not necessarily used to. Then comes the whole Grace Randolph situation where she tells us, breaking news, you won't believe it even if I told you. Black Mask is flamboyantly gay, and he's looking for private pictures and this diamond that Cassandra Cain stole. Now, she didn't say it exactly like that, but that's the effect that it had onto fans, and I understand why people get outraged for that. But again, I think a lot of the outrage should be saved for now. A trailer hasn't even come out yet. Nothing's been confirmed, though I could believe some of the things that I've heard. Now we get Stephen Colbert here saying that test audiences for Birds of Prey had people raving about it. So he's hearing the same thing Daniel RPK is hearing, that it was great. Audiences loved it so far. Now, this is something that we've heard before. Audiences loved BVS. Audiences and audiences loving BVS, and then also, interestingly enough, the WB execs loved BVS, and that whole situation led to them meddling with Justice League because of the backlash. And so WB test screening, they didn't like this movie. They didn't like, it looks like it had the opposite effect. So in Stephen Colbert's mind, he says, so basically all I needed to be reassured. So if WB execs didn't like it, he's saying then that it kind of validates the audience's reaction that it is a great movie, because WB, I guess, doesn't know what the hell they're talking about, doesn't know what they're looking at, and are completely inept when it comes to running this whole DC universe. That's what I get from this comment. Maybe I'm reading into it wrong. Let me know in the comments below. But that's kind of what I get from it. And then he says, hopefully Robbie can keep their hands off of it. And obviously he's talking about Margot Robbie holding a lot of power because of the fact that she plays a character who is so beloved and plays it in such a way that fans and audiences just are magnetized towards this character in Harley Quinn, who before that movie wasn't even widely known to the mass audiences. So it's definitely a testament to Margot Robbie for her performance there, and with her being so popular, she has power in and sway in this industry. So she has a movie with Quentin Tarantino coming out soon, and I'm sure that's going to raise her stock even more. So he wants Robbie to keep their hands off of it. Now, he is siding with the audience's scores, and to be honest, that's kind of what I tend to do. I side with, hey, I want to see what the director put out there. Let me judge that, because these WB execs have proven to be, they haven't proven, I guess I should say, they haven't proven to me that they can run and be competent judges of what's coming out from the DC directors so far. Now that's weird because, again, one of you guys in the comments have pointed out that WB has a track record of making great movies, and WB definitely does. With the whole Harry Potter franchise and vast array of other movies. I am a fan of the movies WB puts out, except they have totally bungled the managing of this whole DC universe so far. That is a whole video in itself, and I've already outlined that in many videos. So let me know what you guys think of this. So WB is unhappy with this. Stephen Colbert airs on the side of the fans, as do I. I'd like to see what the director created, as they are supposed to be a director-driven studio. Hopefully this is not another situation in which they start to meddle in with the movie. Like they did Justice League. So a lot of you guys who are upset, this puts a lot of fans who are upset with the current situation in kind of a predicament, because if a lot of you fans who are upset with the whole Black Mask being a gay man rumor and the whole private part situation in the Diamond, would you guys rather take the director's vision, or would you let WB meddle as they have in the past with Justice League and even Suicide Squad? Would you guys rather take WB and let them meddle with the movie to change that stuff? I don't know. It's kind of a crazy predicament to be in. Let me know what you guys think. Let's move on to the next topic, and it has to do with the Snyder Cut. Speaking of WB meddling, it looks like Comic-Con is essentially right in front of us. It is this weekend. I think festivities start on Wednesday, and it looks like there is Snyder Cut promotion in San Diego Comic-Con already. And so if you guys have been following what's been going on with the Snyder Cut, Release the Snyder Cut movement, they've been raising tons of money, half of it going to the suicide prevention cause, and the other half going towards promotion for the movement at Comic-Con. And I thought this little bus stop promotion is great. Imagine how many people are going to be using public transportation this whole week and weekend at Comic-Con, and it's just going to raise the awareness that much more. Now, we've already got the movement being talked about on the news, and the Washington Post. It's trending on Twitter again. We got huge comic book writers and creators, and like Rob Liefeld name dropping the movement. And here we go. You see this bus poster, and it's a Release the Snyder Cut poster, and it has quotes from people who have worked on this movie, and saying and supporting the Snyder Cut, validating its existence. And even on the very right there, Zack Snyder's quote himself: "Sure, there's a cut. I have a cut. It's done. It's up to them, Warner Brothers." And that's very powerful right there. I love how they have easy access for more information in that QR code right there. Proudly supporting American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. I love this little title here on the left corner. The 3-hour untold story of Justice League at RT Snyder Cut, hashtag SDCC19. And again, I'm gonna keep beating the drum of the Snyder Cut. You know, I know DC's on a new direction, and I'm proudly going to support that new direction wherever it goes, because I love DC stories, and I'm just hoping for the best out of this universe. And I still want to see what Zack Snyder had in store for us. Give us some closure, release that cut, and we'll be done with it. Let's move on to the next one. So I'm excited for the noise that this is going to generate. Let me know what you guys think about that in the comments below. And if there's anyone going to Comic-Con, definitely drop us a comment down below, because Darren will be there. Maybe Darren could meet up with some of you guys. That would be a cool thing to do, take some pictures. And yeah, maybe we can throw you guys onto a video. If you guys are at Comic-Con, let us know. And if there's anyone out there still looking for those Powerhouse Comic-Con tickets, let us know in the comments below. Still have a code or two to give away, and still need to talk to Colin C about that. Okay, let's move on to the last topic today, and let's throw a bone to the MCU fans out there. And Darren and I both are MCU fans as well. Don't talk about it as much on this channel, just because we are huge. I think I would like to call myself a bigger DC fan than anything, but we know what you guys kind of want to hear, and if you guys want to hear more MCU, let us know. But here's this. I thought this was interesting because it lands on my birthday, at least one of the dates. Those of you that were fans of Endgame, the Avengers Endgame directors announced the "We Love You 3000 tour." Now, that line I knew automatically when I saw it in the movie was going to be a catchphrase that's going to be used over and over again. It was a sweet line in the movie, very touching line, and it's this "We Love You 3000 tour." Super corny name, very fitting though. They are going to be doing a tour to, let me just read it to you. In celebration of the in-home release of Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame, Marvel Studios and directors Anthony and Joe Russo have teamed up to launch the We Love You 3000 tour, as it's the way to thank the fans who have invested so deeply in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, making the single most successful franchise in film history. There's going to be a bunch of special guests at these tour dates. It's kicking off at San Diego Comic-Con, which is super cool. I'm sure a lot of celebrities are going to be there. Warner Brothers messed up not having a presence at All H. Now Marvel is taking the opportunity to just kind of take over Comic-Con, steal the thunder that could have been shared with WB and other studios. Then it's going to Seattle on July 30th, August 8th, which is my birthday, in San Francisco. That's crazy because I am from the Bay, and I'm going to be in LA that weekend to celebrate kind of my birthday. And it's kind of disappointing. I wish I could have made it to out there at the Giants game for this. This would have been something super cool to cover. Hopefully Darren can make it, you know. So we'll see. And then August 13th in Chicago, August 13th in Torrance, California, and August 13th Miami, Florida. So there's going to be a bunch of different events, and it caps off from August 23rd to 25th in Anaheim. And again, probably special guests. If you guys are fans of Avengers Endgame, I would do it. If I was here in my city, I would definitely do it. But yeah, Endgame is like 7 million away or so to cracking Avatar. I don't see it happening, and I'm not going to throw more money at it in theaters, especially for the crappy extra material they put in there. But definitely, I'll probably buy it digital. Yeah, that's something I support. I would definitely do it if it was in a city near me. Now, to end this video, let's go ahead and read some of your comments, just because we didn't get some of your comments in yesterday's video. So just gonna read a few and kind of talk about it. Sparsh Bonsall has very strong opinions in regards to the to the Black Mask situation. It says Black Mask is straight according to the comics. He has a girlfriend. Look it up. Even in the Arkham's Origins game, he is straight. In any case, he can't be flamboyant. Just can't. Sam Hernandez here agrees. Another person, Danny, says it's not even a big problem the way the story is going to be told. Just wait for the movie. Literally, there hasn't been even a effing trailer at this movie. So much people mad. LOL, please just wait. So in regards to that, I know I saw your comments, Sparsh, and yeah, Black Mask, I mentioned in the other video, I was like, his sexuality hasn't been explored so much in the comics, though his origin story does have him, in love with some woman named Cersei, I believe, and, but it's such a minor detail that's not, I don't think at least, that his sexuality is not something that has to diminish his character, the madness in him, the savageness and the savage. I don't even know if that's a word, but this insane, sadistic madman in him, his actions. His sexuality has nothing to do with that, and it doesn't have to change that aspect of his character, which is probably the core of his character. And it doesn't have to change his origin story and the fact that he got his black mask from making, the wood from his father's, grave, and then it being burned onto his face. It doesn't have to change the core of his character. The fact that he's a sadistic killer and crime boss doesn't have to change all that. In the movie, I think the rumors was that he was going to be really, really into art, and that kind of plays in line with his origin as well. I think the biggest change was that he had kind of this flirtatious relationship with Victor Zsasz. And again, I don't even know if it's going to be a big part of the movie, just the way it's presented, the way Grace presented it. And if you say it out loud, it may sound kind of crazy and, it's definitely different. But again, we haven't seen anything. Nothing's been confirmed. No footage to go on, and I think we should save the outrage for when we see a trailer and see how this thing really plays out or looks. I mean, that's my opinion. Definitely, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I'm gonna save outrage. I had strong feelings when it first came out, but I'm a little bit more willing to accept what's to come if it's good, like these audience screenings are saying. Shin Akage says, I don't mind a gay character movie, but why change a character who's been this way for 30 years? If you want a gay character, why not just make up a new one? And then someone here says, that's asking a lot from a bunch of clueless assholes. Yeah, Warner Brothers definitely hasn't inspired the most confidence, and I totally agree that, and I agree with your statement too. Like, man, a lot of the times they're changing up characters, and why don't they just create a new one or find one in the comics that represents that person? Yeah, I can't disagree with that. And then John Hoskins says, at 54 seconds through 6 minutes and 12 seconds. Funny you say that, because that's what bloggers were implying, and Grace took it out of context. Even if this is true, it didn't bother us in Power Rangers, Deadpool 2, or Doom Patrol, so how's this any different? And then John Hoskins, someone comments below, because Black Mask isn't flamboyantly gay. That's why, get it? And then Danny below says, you're being over dramatic. It's literally not a big deal. Let me find out you also got bad when you found out Black Canary wasn't actually black. Sorry, I don't know if I can read right. But yeah, again, a lot of changes happening to these characters, and I get all the passion surrounding it. But yeah, he's referring to the part where I think Grace had presented it out of context, in how big of a role it's going to play in the movie. Because if there's just a little hint that he's gay in the movie, how should it even impact how you feel about the character, right? If he's still portrayed as a sadistic, murdering, psychopath killer who's obsessed with art and masks, and it doesn't change his character, and he's still that person, then why should it matter? I guess that's mine. And people are gonna point out that he isn't gay in the comics, but there's a lot of things that happen in the movies that are not in comics. You gotta learn to separate them, at least in my opinion. So, and the last one I'll just read here is Romism says, both Hollywood and comicdom had race-bent and gender-bent characters so many times we already lost count. What's canon is only good until the latest retcon, so people need to relax as to how Black Mask is going to be interpreted in Birds of Prey. I totally agree with that too. So, very well said. But I also do get the passion involved with you know, seeing a character brought to life for the first time and it not meeting your expectations. I get it, that's fandom. But I do appreciate you guys throwing your comments in there, whether it be a form of a disagreement or an agreement. Let me know what you guys think or where you guys fall on this topic if you haven't commented on it yet. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Apologize again for missing the video yesterday. Thank you guys for watching again. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.